Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Windshield Time, the podcast where we help you use your windshield time to turn learning into earning. Windshield Time is brought to you by Service Excellence, of course. I am Chris Elmore, and joining me again today is Brandon Cockrell, the Brandalorian. That's growing on me.
I mean, it has been.
Brandon Calrissian. Brandon Calrissian is a good one.
It was a good one.
I think I came up with both of those.
You did.
And I'm proud of that.
Yep.
Today, we're going to talk about making sure you fill in the value gap. Stay tuned. I like the nicknames I give people.
Well, it all stemmed from that episode of, was it Parks and Rec? No, not Parks and Rec. But yeah, Parks and Rec with,
Tell me about it.
whenever they're giving, what's his name? Aziz Ansari always comes in and.
Oh yeah, that guy's funny.
And has a different name for Ron Swanson every time he talks to him.
I never noticed that he always did.
Oh,
I know he has nicknames for him, but I didn't know it was always a new one. Is that like a show thing?
There's a lot of them. Yeah, there's a clip and it comes and shows you all the different names. Like he calls him LeBron James and
oh yeah.
What else?
My favorite off the wall character from that show was Jean Ralphio.
Oh, that guy's such a character.
Jean Ralphio and his sister. I don't remember her name, but
yeah.
Jean Ralphio. That was great. Parks and Rec. That was a good one.
Chris Pratt was.
That was before he was Chris Pratt.
Yeah,
I mean, he was Chris Pratt, but that was before he was like Star-Lord and
all that
stuff.
This was living out of a van smoking weed, Chris Pratt.
And he was in Moneyball. He played Hatterberg, the guy with a screwed up hand. He couldn't throw the ball.
Right. Yep.
Well, he could, but not really accurately.
Right.
So it's strange the things we remember.
Yep.
But we talk a lot about movies on here.
Yeah.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
And you and I have watched, you like a lot of older movies because you grew up with your brothers.
Right.
Who were all, I think, is your oldest brother my age, close to it?
He was born in 1974.
So he's the same age as my wife.
Yeah.
Okay. So he's a little younger than me. But like Uncle Buck, great movie.
Greatness.
Any of those John Candy movies.
Yeah,
then.
you couldn't go wrong there.
Alex, have you seen Uncle Buck?
What about The Great Outdoors?
Stop it. No, go back to Uncle Buck. Alex, I cannot believe you have not seen Uncle Buck. Now, there's probably a lot of people listening to this that haven't seen Uncle Buck too.
No.
Do yourself a favor. If you want a good laugh without a bunch of raunchy crap in it, go find Uncle Buck.
Absolutely.
Watch Uncle Buck. The whole scene, Alex, where he goes into the principal's office.
Here's a quarter. Go downtown.
Hi, Buck Melanoma. Molly Russellsworth. You got to check it out.
Oh,
yes. And of course, Big Lebowski.
Yeah.
Mark it an 8, dude.
Mark it an 8.
So here's a question for you, Brando.
All right.
Alex, you can get in on this too. What is the worst food you've ever eaten? Like the worst thing. And I don't mean, hey, here's a bottle on the ground when you were a kid. Let me try taking a swig of what's in there. I don't mean that. I'm talking about this is something that was legitimately presented to you as food, a meal or something, and you tried it, and it was just like Tom Hanks in Big, where he just spits it out.
Yeah.
Have you seen Big? Okay. How have you seen Big and not Uncle Buck? I don't understand, because Big came before that.
Yeah.
Anyway, worst thing you've ever eaten. Come on.
My brain always.
Alex, what about you?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Lutefisk? Yeah, lutefisk. Yeah, that's like a fermented fish thing they eat in Minnesota.
Yeah.
Right? Am I right about that?
Yeah, it's in like a liquid. Yeah, no, I'd be out on that for sure. But me, it's probably, I always go back to the first time I tried raw oysters. It's just, I think it's
a
texture thing. Yeah. I'm trying to think something that just tasted really bad. I've had a couple of really bad cheeses. I can't remember the name of them, but like I've had some really just off-putting cheeses. But yeah, oysters, texture. I can't do it.
Hey, if you're listening to this or if you're watching this, I'm pretty sure you just heard linguistic history. Because I do not think the phrase off-putting cheeses has ever been uttered in the English language. That was epic, Brando.
Hey.
Off-putting cheeses.
Yeah. Try to keep it as professional as possible.
It's like, yeah, I went to their house and they had all these weird cats and these really off-putting cheeses.
That sounds like it was written into a sitcom for sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I can't believe there wasn't an episode.
It was in Seinfeld why he broke up with a girl because there's always something. So why aren't you seeing her again?
Right.
Well, I went to her apartment and she just had this selection of off-putting cheeses. I was like, I can't.
That sounds exactly like an episode of
Yes,
Seinfeld.
it does. I just remember the episode, it comes on and he's dropping a belt into the trash can and George walks in and he goes, why are you throwing that belt away? Well, I went to the bathroom at a restaurant the other night and the buckle hit the side of the urinal. Oh, yeah, you got to throw that away. Or the time he broke up with the girl because of the way she ate her peas.
Oh.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Worst food, and you're going to go with some off-putting cheeses. Yeah. I can't top that.
But I'm interested. What you got?
Okay, so it's between two things.
Okay.
And you're going to think, man, those are good.
Right.
Alex, you probably will too. But when I was a kid, I used to stay with my Aunt Hazel. And my Aunt Hazel, I don't even know how you describe her, but she was in her 60s. She was a large woman. She wore those knee-high stockings that she rolled down, slippers, a house dress, and a muumuu.
Yeah.
Okay, and so my brother and I would stay with her in the summer when my mom was working, which was miserable because my cousin was there with lazy eye, and he was like, do you remember Toy Story? Alex, have you ever seen Toy Story? Okay, you remember the kid that lived next door, Sid?
Yeah.
Remember how his toys were all like hybrids and broke and everything?
Angled.
That was my cousin.
All right.
Yes. When I saw that movie with my kids, I was like, I can't believe it. I used to stay at that guy's house in the summertime. Anyway, but my Aunt Hazel, my uncle was like the justice of the peace, police chief. I think he was the mayor at one point in this little tiny town in North Carolina no one's ever heard of. Like 1,000 people live there. Well, they didn't make a lot of money. And so she used to go to the store. And back in those days, there was no such thing as a store brand. Like if you go to H-E-B, you got Hill Country Fair.
Sure.
Walmart has their own brand too.
Yeah,
everybody has their own, right?
Yeah.
Back then, it was just generic. And like if you wanted generic potato chips, it was literally a white bag with black letters on the front that said potato chips.
Right. Okay.
Seriously. My Aunt Hazel, if it came in that version, she bought it.
Right. Right.
When they were having lunch, we had generic cheese puffs. When I go into Walmart and they have the big display of Utz cheese balls, I throw up in my mouth.
Oh, man. I'm buying that 5-gallon bucket.
I know you are. See, I told you probably think they're good. Alex, do you like cheese puffs?
Crush them.
He does like them.
I don't grab them myself, but
if
anytime
I
my
smell
kids got them, I'm stealing
No,
at
if
least
I
3
smell
or
them,
4.
projectile vomit. Seriously. The other thing,
funny.
Get ready for this. Alex, you ready? Au gratin potatoes.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I love a good au gratin.
See, I told you you'd say that.
Yeah. What is it about au gratin potatoes?
I think I have a food aversion to it because my dad would make me clean my plate before I got it from the table. And stomach and au gratin potatoes with that sour cream in them, just, God. Like now,
good.
Like anytime I go to a restaurant where sour cream comes on something, I say, I don't even want it coming from the same kitchen where the sour cream was stored. And Todd, we go to lunch with Todd and he's like, you don't like sour cream? And he's got them filling like, the large bowl for dips and stuff. Fill that with sour cream and he's eating.
I can do sour cream, but
no,
just globs of nah.
And then my wife goes, you eat at least 10 things that have sour cream.
For sure.
You don't even know you have sour cream.
For sure.
I was like, okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
I'm sure the creamy jalapeno dip at Chewy's has something.
For sure.
And that is like, I could drink that.
Oh, I'm putting that on everything.
Au gratin potatoes? Bleh.
Nope, can't do it.
Bleh. Don't start, because if you start, I'm going to start.
No.
Wasn't that a episode of Family Guy where everybody starts throwing up?
Probably.
That's a good one. Look that up, Alex. Family Guy throw up scene.
My mom growing up, she was Air Force brat and moved all over the world. But they often ate liver and onions, and my mom.
Nana loved liver and onions. Chicken gizzards?
Maybe. But anytime they had liver and onions, my mom would hide. She would cut it into small pieces, and then when nobody's looking, she'd take pieces and put them in her pocket and then feed the dog later because you had to clear the plate.
Okay, yeah.
And so that's how she.
I just waited for my dad to go to sleep and dump it in the trash can, and I would take the beating the next day if there was one. Most of the time, he forgot.
Yeah.
Go ahead and play that, Alex.
All right, you guys, I got 8 crates of Epicac from Mort.
8 crates of Epicac.
Okay, here we go.
I like how
So far.
it goes quiet. Nobody's doing anything.
You know, I don't know if you guys had any of that pie already, but that is some tasty stuff. That's from the bake sale.
Is this Seth MacFarlane?
Mm-hmm.
One down. I know somebody who will be having an
That's me if I eat au gratin potatoes or cheese puffs. All right, you can stop it, Alex. What would you a Family Guy vomit scene? If you do yourself a favor at your lunch break, look up.
It's worth a minute.
Park in the shade, watch the minute and 20 seconds of the Family Guy vomit scene.
That's it.
Okay, let's get into it today. I'm sure everybody's saying, it's 10 minutes. Why aren't you into it yet?
Right.
So let's talk about filling in the value gap. And you brought this topic up, so you start it and let's talk it through.
Yeah, I think one of the biggest issues we have is jumping from, hey, I found out what's wrong. Here's how we fix it.
Mm-hmm.
And we base all of our value build on the result. And we don't fill that gap, as you said, of, well, what is it that I really need to fix? Right? Why do I need to fix it? What is the future implications of this problem? And so when we leave all of those things out, we leave ourselves open for and justified objections as to why so much? Why do I need to do it this way? Can you just do that? And so many technicians have gotten used to, well, sorry, we can't repair it because this, that, and the other, but they're having to answer it after it's been asked, which means it's already, hey, are you holding something back from me?
Yes.
Are you trying to pull one over on me? Are you trying to get me to do something?
I knew you were trying to just get me to replace it.
Exactly. So without filling that gap beforehand and making sure, and I think this is the critical component, is gaining agreement before we move towards solutions to make sure that we're on the same page. Because if there's a question before here and we go there, now we're about to catch an objection on the back end and we don't know where it came from.
Yeah, well, we talked about unspoken questions several times before, and an unanswered, unspoken question is a guaranteed future objection.
Absolutely.
And so anything we can do to answer unspoken questions raises the value of what we're suggesting or what we want to do. So I was thinking about what you were saying there, and it's like you can see this. If you've gone and you've skipped over the value gap, what'll happen is the customer will not, they'll disagree or they won't want to do it. And you instinctively know you did it because then what you fall back on is, oh, I'm sorry, is there something that I didn't cover or didn't explain well or I need to go back over? And that's you instinctively understanding, unconsciously understanding that you didn't fill in the value gap and you know you didn't. And the customer's lack of acceptance or disagreement, the objection they bring up is confirmation that you didn't. And so that's how you know it happens to you, right?
That's right.
So I think that's probably, and think back over your experience, I think that's probably the one thing that technicians will go back to if they don't get the answer they want, is they feel like they did something wrong or the customer didn't understand what they said, which means that they did something wrong too.
Right.
So it's backtrack. I made errors. Let me see if I can fix those now, and maybe that'll change the outcome. And that's not the way to do it. Once the ball's fumbled, it's fumbled.
That's right.
Now all you can do is try to get the ball back and regain the lead or regain the field position, whatever.
Right.
And that's way harder
It is.
than just keeping a hold of it.
Absolutely.
And so the value gap exists in every situation.
No matter how simple.
Just sometimes it's filled in and sometimes it's not.
Right.
So think of it as a pothole in the road. Pothole's still there even when they fill it in.
Right.
It's still there, right? And so we just got to get used to filling it in before somebody asks us to do it.
That's right.
Again, it's an unspoken question thing.
I think a difficult part about this, and I want to make sure we talk about this, is the homeowner can send mixed messages. And I use myself as an example. Oftentimes because I'm a high I and I'm trying to get to the give me the brass tacks, I'll agree. And I say, yeah, I got it. Right. Well, that might tell a technician, well, I can go ahead and speed up to the end. Right. Because that's what I'm looking for. But without that understanding, once you tell me this and give me the price and it doesn't make sense and it doesn't have value, now I'm going to have to ask you to go back. So you may feel as if the customer is 100% on page with you. Still go through this value conversation. Make sure you confirm that they understand what's going on, because if we jump too fast, once again, we're going to have to go back and we have to find where that hole is and start to try and fill it in again.
Yeah, and I think what I thought about when you just said that is that I think sometimes we're looking for a reason not to go through the process.
Yeah.
Oh, this customer's chill. They don't care. I don't need to do all that stuff.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
And I think what you have to understand is that you're not doing it for the customer's benefit like that. You're doing it because it's the right thing to do.
Right.
And that's the reason it should be done. Follow the process because it's the right thing to do.
Yep.
And there's a lot of there's a lot of psychology into customer service, communication, selling. It's just mainly all psychology. And that's exhausting to keep track of. It's exhausting to keep track of. And that's why you got to follow your process. Okay. And so if you need a set of questions to answer, one of the things we do is we have that exercise called FAB. Again, we like an acronym. So features, advantages, benefits. And there's lots of ways that features, advantages, benefits have been taught. Some people hate it. Some people love it. Some people think it's a waste of time. But when you think about it, that helps fill the value gap in because you have to answer questions. And the questions you have to answer for features. So features are, what is the thing and what does it do?
Correct. What are the facts?
Yeah. And yeah, it comes in blue, it comes in yellow, whatever. But the features are, what is it and what does it do? When we go to advantages, advantages are answer the question of why does the customer, their home, or their system need it? And then benefits, because a lot of people confuse
advantages
and benefits. But the benefits are where you take the advantages and you translate it into savings of time, money, or emotion.
Right. What does it mean to the individual?
Yes. It's either a gain or the prevention of a loss.
Right.
That's what the benefits of it are.
Right.
So what is it and what does it do leads to why they need it. And why they need it leads to a gain or a prevention of a loss. And you've got to do that. And so that's why some people do advantages and they go, well, they are the benefits. No, you haven't translated it into a benefit yet, because an advantages is why it's good.
Right.
A benefit is what do I get from the good thing.
Sure.
And that's the way we got to do it. And so if you answer those questions, so think about a repair. Okay. You got to replace the water heater. Okay, well, that's a replacement, but whatever. Yeah. You got to replace the water heater. What are the features of a new water heater? Because sometimes you have to explain features as a matter of contrast
to what you currently have.
Right. Right. And so what's the advantage of a new water heater? Well, it has a warranty. Your current one doesn't. Right. If we fix it, there's only the standard warranty of 90 days or whatever your warranty is. Right. So that's a feature. Yep. Another feature is it recovers faster, maybe because it's more efficient. I don't know. Sure. Whatever. Maybe maybe the capacity is better. And you're talking about, so features, it's not so much what is a water heater and what does it do? Right. They got that. Yeah. It's why is a new water heater needed?
Right. What are the
features of a new water heater that your old one doesn't have, and how do those features translate into advantages? Because if you went with, well, it's a water heater, what does it do? It heats water.
Yeah, we can
Right.
minimalize it.
What are the advantages of it? You take hot showers.
Yeah.
You have hot water available.
You don't have it, you
sink.
don't have hot water.
Yeah. What are the benefits? It sucks to take a cold shower.
Yep.
Sucks to wash your hands in cold water. This way you won't have to.
Right.
That's emotion,
Mhm.
right? And so we've got to, sometimes the features are just in the contrast,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
Especially when you're going back similar thing. So we've got to make sure we understand that.
Mhm.
What are the advantages of a brand new water heater?
Mhm.
Well, because it recovers faster,
Right.
you don't have to wait to take a shower.
Right.
After somebody else has, because you
Mhm.
can go right away.
Yeah, it'll recover.
Also, because why does this person, this home, or this plumbing system need a new water heater?
Right.
Because it's more reliable, et cetera, et cetera. That's why you need it.
Mhm.
How does reliability, quicker recovery, more efficient translate into money,
Yeah.
time, or emotion? It's in those
Convenient.
cases, it's a savings, or it's a gain, or an avoiding a loss. And we talk
Right.
about that. That fills in the value gap. But there's also some other questions to answer too, because that's about the new thing.
Right.
We still have to talk about the old thing. So what do we have to talk about on the old thing? We find something bad. What do we got to talk about?
So, and I was thinking about it when you were going through the fab, which is, hey, yeah, that's great. These are all the new things that I can appreciate and I can utilize and all of those things.
But
where are the holes?
what happened?
Right.
How did it break?
If we don't develop the problem or issue, and I think about it as
Stimulate.
exactly right, showing the holes in the system, because right now your customers can't see, and so we have the, if you will, X-ray vision, and we're going to show them the X-ray. Right. Well, here's what the X-ray shows us,
Mhm.
and we're going to read it for them. Right. And so that's where we answer the questions. What is broken? So what is it? What does it do for the system? Why did it break? What caused the breakdown or failure today? Because that may lead to another component of the system needing
Yes.
attention. And then in the future, what are the potential issues that I can see if I only Band-Aid this, or if I leave this thing
Mhm.
to keep running? Because how many customers have asked you, how much longer do I have?
Yes. And I think it's important. So why did it break?
Mhm.
What caused it? Did it cause any other damage? And how do I prevent it from happening again?
Yep.
Because that's what people need to understand. It's like on an HVAC system when you replace a capacitor.
Mhm.
How do you keep it from happening again? For years there was no answer to that.
Yeah.
Because it was just arbitrary. Capacitors, they go bad because of heat.
Yeah.
And so you have a really hot summer, you can listen out your window in your neighborhood and you'll hear capacitors popping like popcorn. Not
Mhm.
literally, but that's what
Right.
it seems like.
Right.
But mild summer, not a lot of usage, you probably won't see as many.
Right.
But up until they came out with what they call a turbo capacitor, I guess that's what
Yeah, turbo caps.
I don't think it's a brand name. I don't remember.
I think
But
it is.
probably 10, 15, maybe even 20 years, they've had those kind of capacitors that are an upgrade.
Mhm.
And they have a lifetime warranty on them. So it doesn't mean they're not going to go bad. It just means you'll never pay for it again.
Right.
And so that's a prevention item,
Mhm.
right? And so they want to know how to prevent it. And sometimes, as awkward as it can be, the answer is you got to replace it.
Right.
But if I don't build up, okay, Brando, here's what happened to your water heater.
Mhm.
It's 11 years old. These things typically last anywhere from 8 to 10 years, maybe 12 years, depending on water quality coming into your home and then any filtration you have for whole home filtration. You don't have any, so you're at the mercy of the water quality we have, and the water quality here is notoriously bad. I'm sure you've seen it, the white crusty stuff, and maybe it has a funny taste or things like that.
Right.
I happen to notice you had that water filter next to the sink that you have to fill up.
Mhm.
So we know that's what's happened to inside the tank. So it meant 11 years, you're on borrowed time anyway. It's probably full of sediment. The anode rod, which helps with the deterioration of the tank, prevents that. It's probably gone. And they're just not designed to last more than about 10 to 12 years
Right.
with great water quality.
Sure.
And so just over time, lack of maintenance and just build up and stuff has gotten you where you are here. And this happens to every water heater. This is nothing you did or didn't do. It happens to every water heater. You got a little more time out of yours. So now we can fix it, but you're on borrowed time now, and you're going to be throwing good money into this old water heater when you can just replace it. And you don't have to worry about it. You're going to have a warranty on it for the next 6 to 8 years, depending on which one you choose, et cetera, et cetera. So I'm going through that.
Right.
Now they fully understand what happened, and they know that it's not a quick fix. They know that it's not something that will get them that much longer, because I think one of the awkward questions people get asked sometimes is, well, how much longer do you think it'll last? And the true answer is, I have no clue.
No clue.
Oh, come on. You've been doing it for 20 years.
I can tell you what will happen. I can't tell you when.
You've been doing it 20 years, Brando. You can't make a guess? Sure. I can guess. It could last 50 years. But my guess is I have no idea.
Right. Yeah.
So it's like that. My favorite, I heard a tech say this about 15 years ago. It was at a customer's house, and the guy says, well, how much longer do you think this system's going to last? The guy goes, I really couldn't tell you, man. You got a lot of issues with it. Well, can you give me a ballpark? He goes, ballparks are big places, man.
I like that.
So I thought that was pretty good.
That is pretty good.
But filling in the value gap is about answering those questions about the current situation.
Right.
Because if we and that was the whole point of this, is going from, okay, your water heater is 10 years old, you need to replace it.
It's not enough.
Right. Or your thing is doing this, or your thing is bad, you need to replace it. That's not enough.
It's not enough.
Because what does being bad mean?
Right.
Right? I mean, was it abused as a child or something?
Right. Yeah.
You don't know. What does bad
somebody
mean?
Kick it, or I mean.
So you've got to figure that out. Or not only you know what it is, but you got to be able to tell somebody about it. And sometimes it seems simple.
Yeah. Yeah. Some repairs are very straightforward. Hey, there's water on the floor. The tank's leaking.
Yeah. It's got a crack in it. That's super simple, but you still have to explain it.
Yeah. How did that happen? What caused that?
But I think here's the point that you and I were talking about before, was that when technical people talk, they have a shorthand language, right? And that comes out in the form of acronyms, nicknames, shortened names. Like you said it, a turbo cap.
Right.
What is that? A turbo capacitor.
Right.
But if I said, hey, Brando, I checked your system and your cap's bad. We need to replace your cap. What kind of cap? I'm thinking, is the unit wearing a hat?
Yeah.
I mean, what is it? And if it's wearing it backwards, it must be from Boston.
Right. Absolutely. Right? It's guaranteed red.
So, but if technical people talk to each other that way, and we speak more to technical people than we do to customers.
Correct.
And so that becomes our general language.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah.
So I can call up my friend in Fort Worth and say, hey, and we could have a technical conversation with no pre-qualification, no preamble, anything. It's just, boom, we're here.
Yeah, it's the preferred vernacular for you because it makes sense.
It is. And so you end up thinking that way. It's like, I ask people like Paul, our coach, Paul Patskaviches, he's from Lithuania. He's American now, but he's from Lithuania. So his first language was Lithuanian.
Sure.
And so I remember asking at one time, I said, Paul, you've been in America for a while. He's been speaking English. I said, do you think in Lithuanian or English? He goes, oh, English. He says, I have to think to translate into Lithuanian now.
Right.
And you'll find that a lot of bilingual people think in the language they're living in now.
Right.
Rather than their native language. And you would think, well, wait a minute, that's their native language. They always can go back to that.
Yeah, but they're immersed in this.
And so if you're immersed in technical conversation, we talk about translation a lot.
Yeah.
Okay. And if you're immersed in a technical conversation with your peers or with your, I mean, even your dispatcher, speaks the vernacular, those kind of things. And so what happens is when you're speaking to other people, you tend to do that too.
Yep.
right?
I'll tell you, this is really funny because my wife, not being in our industry or anything like that, not understanding communication to that level, the way that we talk about it and discuss it with our techs, she's in the radiology world, right? So she'll come home and tell me stories about, oh yeah, I was working in fluoro, or we did an angio or whatever, and I'm like, babe, I don't have any idea what you're talking about. But yet then my neighbor comes over and he's an ER nurse, and they can sit there and have a conversation, and it doesn't matter who's involved because they are talking on their own and no one else knows what's going on. And they're like, oh yeah, but this, and oh, but yeah, but that. And I have to stop him and be like, hey babe, can you tell us what that part means?
Can you translate
before
that?
we go on with the story? She's like, oh yeah, it just means this. And I'm just like, you get so comfortable in your world of medical that everybody on the floor knows what you're talking about, right? Maybe even some of the janitors or the people in the cafeteria tend to learn some of those things and understand a little bit more, or parts of the hospital. But we don't know what you're talking about. We don't get it. Yeah. Your customers are the same way.
Yeah. It's like watching a medical drama. Like we watched The Pit. Have you watched The Pit yet?
I've heard of it, but no.
So we watched The Pit, and it's like they're throwing out all this technical jargon and all this kind of stuff, and like, what did he just say?
Right.
I don't know. He's going to stick a needle in the guy's arm.
That's what it translated to.
Yeah. But there was a lot more high value to it than I heard.
Right.
Right. And so when we talk about translation doesn't just mean say the same thing that you said in English in Spanish.
Right.
That's not what it means. Because it's funny because Letty, she obviously is bilingual, and she gave up on the hopeless cause years ago of teaching me to speak Spanish.
Right.
And so now every once in a while I'll mess with her and I'll translate something to Spanish on my phone and send it to her.
Oh, yeah.
And she laughs because it's such a literal translation.
It doesn't work.
And so it's not an effective translation.
Right.
Now, she understood the Spanish words, but the way they went together and the nuances weren't there. And that's why she's laughing at it, because she knows how it would be what I mean in English.
Right.
And what I said in Spanish is not exactly like that.
Right. Right.
And so I think what happens is that gets lost in the translation because we're doing an academic translation. But also what happens is because we can shorthand something.
Yeah.
That we go straight from, as a technician, I'll go straight from, well, your cap is bad, we need to replace it.
Right.
Or, yeah, your flapper's bad, I got to replace it. That kind of thing.
Yeah.
And so
there's a large part of the story missing.
Yeah. And so, well, how much is a flapper?
Oh, we're going down a bad path.
Well, how much is a capacitor? Don't even start. You got to tell them everything, how crucial it is to the system.
Yeah.
Right.
Without it, it does not run.
It doesn't run, or it leaks all the time. It's always going to hear the toilet running, and jiggling the handle won't fix it.
Right.
Here's what caused it to get this way. Here's how we can prevent it from happening as often or at all.
Which takes us to the secondary and tertiary options of repairs and things like that, which we wouldn't otherwise get. So if you're trying to get higher average tickets, well, then
fill in the value gap.
There you go.
That's it, right?
That's it.
And just remember that translation is a valuable skill, and it's more nuanced than it means. Sometimes you use more words than you'd normally use.
Yeah.
But you have to not only translate the words, but the intent of the words too. And sometimes that means you use a completely different word than you think you would use. But it definitely means we get rid of our buzzwords, we get rid of our shorthand, we get rid of our abbreviations, we get rid of all that stuff.
Yep.
I wish I could find a movie clip or a scene. I know that there's been some. And Alex, if we followed Alex around at his Star Trek stuff, we'd probably hear it.
Right.
And it would be something like, this is the kind of way we would hear it. We'd hear two nerds talking about something. And I'm a nerd, so I'm not casting aspersions to Alex. But be like, yeah, they had that clip from TNG, and they were using the old Mark IV phasers instead of the Mark 7s.
Losers.
Like, what in the world? Hey, have you ever kissed a girl?
Oh, that's great.
Get a job or get a life. It's only a TV show.
It's like a lot of the conversations that happen on Big Bang Theory. A lot of times the conversations that they're having, you're like, if anybody walked up on them, these guys.
Yeah.
Right.
And I'm sure that when we're talking off camera and we're not trying to get people to understand it, When we talk about things, it's the same way.
When Jackie comes to our company retreats and events, like you and I will get going, and she just floats away. She's just like, I'm not being part of this.
I have no idea what they're talking about, and I don't want to be part of it.
Nope, I don't.
But see, that's the thing is if you're shortcutting, the customer can feel that way too.
Yeah,
That
alienated?
And so we got to fill in that value gap by providing the information in a way that they can understand,
Right.
but making sure we're not shortcutting the information. Now, that doesn't mean, and don't hear be long-winded on purpose.
No.
Long-winded does not build value. That's not what we're saying.
And we can't talk down to people either.
No, we can't
It's
talk
very
down.
nuanced conversation.
And I hate the phrase dumbing it down
Yeah, no,
because you're not dumbing it down.
no.
Because the person across from you is smart, they just don't speak the same language.
You're
as you
making it
speak.
consumable.
Yes, that's what we're doing. That's good. That's a good way to say it. So we just got to remember we got to fill in the value gap that way. So if you want to learn more about this, of course, you can email me at elmore@serveextra.com or call me at 254-733-7109. I guess you could text me too. Could they text me too?
They can text you too.
How do they get a hold of you?
You can email me at brandon@serveextra.com or give me a call or text at 254-749-3867.
I don't know your phone number. You know what your phone number is?
I just said it.
Call Brandon Cockrell.
That would
That's
be
your
cool.
phone number.
That would be cool.
That's a lot of letters though.
I think it's too many.
If I actually dialed the numbers for that, I would be calling Kiribati in the South Pacific or something probably. Look that up, Alex. So go to our website, www.serveextra.com, servextra.com. Check out earlier versions of or episodes of the podcast. Like and share it. Send us suggestions for topics. Check out all the free stuff we have there, blogs, downloads, etc. Also, check out the workshop series that we have for techs and salespeople. It's coming up November 10th through 12th for techs, November 13th through the 15th for sales. You can register and you can come and see Brando Calrissian here teaching the technician workshop.
I'll be there.
So until next time, Brandon, what is it that we do here at Service Excellence?
We always turn learning into earning.
The knot again. I like it.
Consistent.
Bye, everybody.